Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Open Equine Market Commentary for the week of March 25th. My name is Toby Gennaro from Trade with Precision, and just coming to you this week with the outlook on the markets. And looking at the broader U.S. indices, beginning with the S&P 500 here, looking at the ES futures, and just taking it from the top down here on the monthly chart, not a whole lot has changed here. Obviously, we just broke up to a new high, up around that 1559, 1560 level. And after a lot of that bad news last week around Cyprus, looks like they finally put together a bailout, and so the markets are responding to that and moving higher. But as we go through the charts and just look at the weekly chart, don't really have a lot of overextension from the moving averages there. Really just kind of following the that dynamic trend and that trend line, just continuing to make higher highs, higher lows. As we come down into the daily chart, we can see really where we got that set up last week on a series of candles. The first candle there, a very nice bullish candle right in and amongst that buy zone on the 10 and 20 period moving average. Then got another bullish candle and then actually broke through the high of that, pulled back again, and now finally broke up through the high based on some of that Cyprus news. Looks like we're going to be putting in another fresh high and continuing to move higher. The only thing I'd keep an eye on right here is looking at some of the lower time frames like the 480. We just put in just a slightly higher high, and we actually have some divergence here on the 8-hour chart, and we're putting in a second round of divergence here on the daily chart. Now, in strong trends, whenever you have all these moving averages, all the charts are moving up, these trends can be very, very strong. And as we move down to some of the lower time frames like the 240 and the 2-hour charts, we can see that more than likely we might be looking for a pullback here for over the next couple days, possibly maybe the next 24 hours, and a pullback looks very likely back into this 1550 level, which would put us right back into the moving averages on some of these other time frames like the 1-hour chart. If we can get a pullback to that 1550 level, there's been some support right around there, and you can see that flat level that broke out as well. And so that would be another opportunity there to start looking for a lot of buy orders accumulating right within that buy zone on some of these lower time frames like the 60-minute chart, and again here on the 120-minute chart. So, but again, most of the the setups have been on the daily chart and the 8-hour and the 4-hour charts, and looking for those trend flow setups with those candles in the buy zone. So keep an eye out for some of this divergence. When you get a number, 3 or 4 charts lining up with divergence like this, just tells us that the trend is weakening. We're due for probably a pullback. And then you'll see some overextension like this on some of these other time frames. And what we're looking for is we're looking for those opportunities to get long this market when we get pullbacks into these moving averages. So we're looking for support, looking for those setup candles, then following the advanced course and what we're teaching in terms of how to trade a strong trend with the trend flow strategy, and then looking for those flat level breaks. And so those are really the that's really the outlook for for the U.S. indices, at least the S&P 500 for the week. Things are looking very strong. We might get some pullbacks here, but those will just create for us opportunities then to get long once again. And then on the small cap index, looking at the Russell contract here, representing 2,000 small cap stocks. Again, on the monthly chart, been looking at this for a long time. Flat level break, 3 months. Once we broke that level, just higher highs, higher lows. So we are getting some extension away from the moving averages here on the Russell contract on the monthly chart, but that doesn't really give us an inclination of what things are going to be doing here in the near term. So as we start to move down on some of the lower time frames, we can see that very clear uptrend here again on the weekly chart, and not a whole lot of extension away from moving averages here. So it looks like we're going to be pressing higher. Same thing as on the ES chart. We have a series of nice bullish candles right here in the buy zone. Just a nice consolidation as the moving averages catch up to the price. And then as we start to move down on some of the lower time frames, you can see a flat level building in there with the third touch, even on the 8-hour chart here. So we have 1 touch right here, 2 touch, and then the third touch. Just looking at that most recent move up based on some of that news coming out of Europe. And as we move down to the 240-minute chart, we can see that more clearly. 1, 2, the third touch. So it looks like we're probably more than likely going to get a break of this level at some point. And being that we're on a 2 and a 4-hour chart, that's probably going to happen within a matter of hours, probably 24 hours. And so what we're probably looking for here, we have some overextension on some of these lower times, so we might be getting another pullback, putting in a higher low, just like we have the swing low right here, and then we have a higher low here, a higher low here. Potentially might be pulling back again, putting in another higher low before maybe it makes a fourth touch and then finally breaks through to a new high on the Russell index here. So looking at the 60-minute chart, we can see we've got a little bit of overextension. So a little pullback into the moving averages, maybe down in around that congestion area, right around 944 would be reasonable. That would then put in another higher low, and then potentially give us an opportunity to get back up to that 948 level, and then looking for a break at that flat level. So nice momentum breakout trade, looking very solid right there. As you can see, all the moving averages in alignment. The 200, the 50, the 20, the 10, all getting a little bunched up here, but looking to move back up and get everything fanning out in the direction of the predominant trend. And same here on the 120-minute chart. So still bullish on the markets. The Russell contracts aren't telling us anything different, and so we're looking just for those opportunities to get long on some solid trade setups, like the momentum breakout trade right here. And one of the stronger foreign currency pairings here, looking at the Aussie dollar. Haven't talked about this one in a while, but the last time we talked, I think we were looking at a flat level here. Can't really see it all that well on the monthly chart, but we've really been in a tight consolidation here for about the last 6-8 months, just between this level of 1013 and then this top level up here of around 106. And so as we go down to some of the smaller time frames, you can see that flat level setting up right there. We've got the trend in a very nice uptrend on both the monthly chart and the weekly. So with this, as with any consolidation, you're always going to have the moving averages getting a little bit bunched up. But as we move up into this flat level right around that 106 level, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Looking at the fifth touch. So more than likely, looks like we're going to be moving back up into that 106 level, setting up that flat level once again. The daily chart doesn't tell us anything new. We just have the moving averages getting back into alignment. We have higher highs, higher lows. So the trend change is obviously in place on the daily chart. And as we start to move down on some of the lower time frames, we can start to see this flat level building in here on the 8-hour chart, and we can see that a little better as we get in on the lower time frames. We have several touches here right around this 104.6 level. Looks like we're just getting a break of that level and looking to move higher. We have some divergence on some of these time frames, like the 60-minute chart and the 120-minute chart. So I'd be looking for a little pullback into another level here, like right down around probably this 104, maybe even a little bit lower than that. Maybe somewhere around this 104.4 level gets us right back into the moving averages on the 60-minute chart, potentially back on the 120-minute chart, and then looking for that move higher again, back up into that 106 level. So looking for those trend flow setups and flat level breaks on the Aussie dollar. Things are looking pretty bullish there, and again looking to follow some of the higher time frame trends, and everything seems to be in very nice alignment. All the moving averages looking great, and so looking to stay along this market. So there's the outlook for the week on the markets. I would like to thank you for watching the Open Cry market commentary for the week of March 25th, and we do look forward to speaking to you next week on the market update.